Today we're going to take a look at Oblivion Song Book 2 by Robert Kirkman. It has a 272 page count and the cover price of $39.99. Stay tuned after the video to see how you can get yourself entered in a giveaway. Welcome back to the channel. Today we got Book 2 of Oblivion Song. I'm so happy to bring this to you. Got this great cover art here from Lorenzo De Felici. Looking at the spine here, the Oblivion Song. Love the colors in this, the pink and the purple. Just the colors are always fantastic throughout the panels in these books. Taking a look at the spine quick. It's very tight binding. It is sewn binding. So love these pink and purple swirl bookend pages. This book is, of course, by Robert Kirkman. You got artist and creator as well, Lorenzo De Felici, Annalisa Leone, colorist. And this book does collect issues 13 through 34. Now, picking up with part 3 here, or chapter 3, this is 3 years after the last events of the first book. So you get some new characters in this volume, some of the old characters, and it kind of like picks up with what they're doing now. So you got Marco here. He's been running these missions. Duncan and Bridget have their own foundation now, which it's all materials from Oblivion that they use to make like medicines to treat viruses and things of that nature. So finding these things in Oblivion has had a real positive effect on the human life on Earth. Now, during this time, Nathan has been locked up in prison. He's been like helping inmates fix their powered toothbrushes and shit like that. And Director Ward ends up calling him up and letting him know that, you know, the device that he had didn't have enough power to cause the recent transference, and that something from Oblivion must have boosted it from the other side. So because of that, they let him go. So he comes out and he starts working with Director Ward and them again. And back in Oblivion, Ed's group there goes out on a mission to like collect supplies and whatnot in Oblivion, and they end up meeting up with the Faceless Men. So this is where they know that the Faceless Men are real and that Keith wasn't bullshitting about them. And some of the group members get taken away by these orb things, and Dane ends up escaping to go back to the group and let them know about what happened. To note as well in this, Ed has been living in, the Oblivion. He ended up bringing that girl Lucy back with him and started a family there. So he has a child now in Oblivion, and, you know, they do run around and do little missions to collect supplies and whatnot for their group. And that's the same thing that they're doing also on Earth. So they're like coming and trying to find these medical supplies. So Marco ends up going on a run with this new character, Cynthia, and they end up coming into contact with the Faceless Men here, where some of the group gets captured and Cynthia is able to escape, and she lets them know about the faceless people when she returns. And they've been collecting spores in Oblivion too, to be able to try and grow it on Earth, so they don't have to like go out and do these dangerous missions anymore. You know, Ed in his awesomeness tries to go out and find his group of people. He has this like creature now that he calls Silverwing, which is this like big ass creature alien thing from the Oblivion world that he flies around. It's like a big ass pterodactyl. So he flies in trying to attempt to retrieve the people that were lost and taken by these faceless men, and in doing so he ends up getting blasted with like this huge laser beam. They have this crazy ass cannon that shoots down his Silverwing creature, and Ed gets all jacked from that. And this is where you see that Keith is actually still there and he's still alive, and he's like working with these alien things. You know, he was exiled from the groups in the previous book because he was thought to have killed his family and stuff like that. So now, being in exile, he's like working with these alien people and like teaching him his language and just like giving them information that they want and stuff like that. And in return for like safekeeping, he lives in like their sick little like alien like nation city thing or whatever. And because Edward went to the alien compound or whatever you want to call it, they ended up like following him back to where his group lives. So that's where the Faceless Men, they come back. They end up going to Edward's camp. They end up stealing his people, and Nathan ends up transferring into the area at this time too, and they end up getting in a fight with one of the Faceless people, and Nathan ends up getting stabbed real bad, like in the chest, like punctures his lung and shit like that, and they end up transferring back onto the dimension of Earth. And, you know, he needs to get medical attention ASAP. But because of all the medical supplies and stuff that they get from Oblivion now, he's treated like fairly quickly, and he heals up quite well, which is good for Nathan because, you know, that motherfucker is trying to get back to Oblivion ASAP. And at the end of chapter 3 here, you do see that Keith actually is with his family. So he's living in this alien compound with his family members and whatnot, and, helping them. So they live there, and you get to meet this sick alien dude who's like a super asshole. Probably butcher his name, but it's something like Kathal. So what he does is, like, he's kind of like an outlier in this group of the Faceless Men, and when they're doing experiments and stuff on them, trying to, like, figure out more about the humans, like, this dude Kathal is just, like, straight up breaking necks and just, like, torturing people and fucking killing them. So you find out a little bit more about this group of the Faceless Men in this second half of the book here as well. There's this dude, Lord Halak here, who ends up, like, asking Keith. He finds an alignment dart, and he's, like, trying to figure out what it is, but Keith doesn't know what it is. He has no idea, because he's been here since the first transference, so he doesn't know about these alignment darts and the fact that, like, people are even, like, popping in and out of this dimension. So you find a bit more about this group of people here. And going back, Ed is here at the hospital with Maria, his used to be girlfriend or whatever in Oblivion. They had a child together, and the child is like, he's super pissed that, like, his dad left him to go to Oblivion and start, like, a family with Lucy, pretty much. This is a great book, man. It definitely bumped up a bit. I love the artwork throughout it. It's real sick. I love the color tones throughout the book. Everything flows really cool. I like this dude Kathal right here. He's a badass little shithead alien. And in this whole time, they're, like, figuring out a rescue mission directed toward them. So they set up this building to pretty much, like, the same way that the alien headquarters is set up. And they have, like, little jump points set up in it, so they'll be able to go in there and they'll try and find the people that have been, taken hostage by these faceless people. You find out in this half of the book as well that the Faceless Men are actually called Kathal. And, that's their name. I don't know, that doesn't really add any importance. I still think Faceless Men is cooler, but Marco ends up, like, transferring one of those Kathal people from Oblivion back to the dimension on Earth where everyone is. So they have this creature there, like, held hostage, and Nathan is, like, able to speak to this alien creature, and that the creature tells him that, they're trying to be safe from growth, and they're trying to somehow escape from growth, and that's, like, the kind of, like, the warning that he gives him about everything. And then this time they end up going to do this rescue mission. They end up the building that they created that's, like, sort of similar to what the alien compound is in Oblivion. They go there and they end up transferring in to try and do this rescue mission and save the people that have been captured by the Kathal people. Great looking artwork, man. This page is sick. There's some real dope artwork in the end of this book with, like, battles between these alien creatures and the humans that have transferred into here. But I just love the way that, like, the geometry of, like, the shapes and everything throughout this look, and the color tones. Just absolutely fantastic artwork throughout all this. They really, like, kicked it up a notch a lot. I like this faceless group. This part here, your boy Keith ends up getting killed by the damn faceless people. And, which is upsetting because that dude was kind of cool. And then one of the creatures that came back to Earth that Nathan was talking to ends up getting somehow one of the transference or alignment belts, and he transfers back, which is not good because they don't want these alien people to have their technology, especially because they are all still very unsure of what these aliens' plans are, really. So in Oblivion, there's some sick battles with these aliens, man. There's definitely no punches pulled in this when it comes to, like, not trying to kill these damn things. Nathan ends up rolling up in there to try and help with the escape of these people. They do end up being able to transfer out most of the group who are here, but they didn't get Lucy and Ed's child, so Ed is still up in there trying to figure out where they are in this place. And Ed, of course, rolls up gangster style, battling these things. He ends up saving his family, using alignment darts to bring them back to the dimension on Earth. But unfortunately, Director Ward already put an effect in motion that effective immediately all access to Oblivion is cut off for fear of the Kathal coming to the dimension. So Ed is able to save his family, and Nathan is unfortunately stuck in Oblivion. So that's where this volume ends off. You get, like, some sketch work in the extras in the back, and then you get a bunch of the covers and stuff, which are all gorgeous, man. I absolutely love this volume. Can't wait for the third volume to come out, I think September, so I'm looking forward to that. Let me know what you think about this book down in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching. The next giveaway is worldwide. One lucky winner will win the X-Men Omnibus Volume 1 DM variant Jack Kirby cover. You'll also get a Powers of X Issue 1 Diodato 1 in 200 Virgin variant, as well as King Spawn number 1 Greg Capullo Raw Sketch variant. To win, you must be subscribed to the channel, like and comment on a video where I promote the giveaway. When we hit 750 subscribers, I'll pick a random video and then use a random comment generator to pick the winner. Good luck!